All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we're gonna be having a little bit of fun. We got a real short and sweet video lined up for today, featuring green black Perona in OP09. Okay, we're going to be checking out a specific card. It's this one right here. If you want to pause and read this, I will read it in just a second. It's using this card as like the basis for a deck design for green black Perona. Now, let me not get too far ahead of myself. Let me break down today's video for you guys. It has been a long day for me. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. So this is going to be a very short and sweet video by my standards. First things first, we're going to talk about the deck list. We're going to do that first in today's video because I want to kind of explain what I'm trying to do with this. And I will also link in the comments section below, if I can find it, the video that kind of inspired me to run this list from a guy from the East. It was just some random YouTuber from the East. He was using a Perona build that was using this new character, and it was kind of this like low to the ground board spam build. I'll try to link that in the comments section below. Anyway, back to the layout of the video. We're not doing any VV Lab. We're not doing any art critique. It's going to be we're going to check out the deck list and analyze this card in particular and a few others, and then we're going to do 3 games on the sim, and then we'll go back to the deck list and kind of do a final breakdown, and I'll tell you guys what I think about it moving forward. Okay, that's it for today, guys. That's going to be how it goes. You know what you're getting into. I'll have everything time-stamped in the general description. I'll have the deck list and any relevant links down in the comment section below. All right, guys, let's get into this. Let's do this. Okay, first things first, let me go ahead and move the leader real quick. There we go. So this is the card I'm going to be building this deck around. And again, I kind of got inspiration from the East, and I will try to find that video and link it in the comment section below as soon as I can. But check out this card, guys. This comes out in OP09, and that will all of the videos today, or excuse me, all of the gameplay today will be from OP09, so we can explore this new card ideas, you know, kind of check some things out. So Perona is a 1-cost, 2,000 power, 2K counter. Okay, do not sleep on that fact. It is a 2K counter. And look at this on play, guys. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck and reveal up to 1 Thriller Bark Pirates type card or a Dracula Mihawk and put it into your hand. Then place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order and then discard 1 card from your hand. Okay, so it's kind of like a 1-cost cycle searcher, top 5 searcher cycler. I don't know what you call it, but hey, that's kind of what it does. Excuse me. Now, let's go ahead and like break down the deck list real quick. We're going to do that first in today's video. You know, I usually do that at the end, but this is a very interesting, different new concept here. So I'm running 4 Ryumas, stuff I can bring back from the trash potentially with Gecko, Moria, and I can KO stuff on curve, and I can tap stuff down and pop it. This card really is like a big part of the engine for what you're trying to do with green-black Perona, pretty much no matter what way you build it. Then we're running the new Perona Searcher 2K counter. Still running the 2K counter Sindries for those. Running 4 Anupes because I want to fill up my trash. Remember, guys, Perona cannot fill up the trash like Gecko Moria can. So we need a little bit of help there. Running ores. Guys, in this deck list here, since I am running the Thriller Bark, which, you know, pause and read this, we'll talk about in a second. Ores can get a lot of value from just KOing Anupes. Because think about it, guys. There's times where you could pretty much just go, okay, pay 1 for Thriller Bark, bring in a Anupe from your garbage, draw 2, trash 2, and then Ores actually KOs the character, right? So then I can also draw 2, trash 2 again if I choose this character. So a lot of possibilities there. Ores. Then we have Jigoro of the Wind. This card is very powerful as well, especially when you're just bringing it back and bringing it back and bringing it back. And then, you know, it has non-KO that's sort of relevant. I'm not really using it a lot in this video. You'll see that, but I think there's some potential there for later usage, especially if we use the event. Let me bring up Thriller Bark while we're waiting. Okay, this event right here allows you to KO a character and go plus 1,000 for the turn for each character you KO'd. This way they cost 2 or less for Thriller Bark Pirate stuff. Pause and read that. I might have butchered that. Y'all get the idea. But if you KO the Jigoro of the Wind, that's another plus 1,000 from the KO, right? So there's a lot of potential there with your Shadows Asgard. Okay, running Kumasi. Okay, this card is, the more cards you fill up in your trash, the bigger he gets. It's a 2-cost, 3K, 1K counter. Dawn ×2 on your turn. For every 5 cards in your trash, this character gets plus 1,000 power. Yeah, but what if they KO it? Well, it's not really an issue, right? It's not really a huge deal. We have ways to bring it back with Thriller Bark, with Gecko Moria, and Hogback. We have a lot of ways to just pull the card back when we need it. Cerberus in the same way. This is the card you're typically going to be getting back, I think, especially with like your Gecko Morias or your Thriller Barks, just to get extra value. But the Inupe is really nice too to fix your hand and to set things up for your ores. Running Hogback, like I said, and of course we're running the 4-cost 2K counter Perona, just a great card. Now, real quick, I want to explain something. I want to run this card. I also want to mess around with this card. I have not messed with it just yet. There might be something there, but notice I'm not running Absalom. Ryuma is basically my Absalom in this list because I'm not running any cost reduction. You could probably fit cost reduction into the list if you want to, but I'm not doing that in, for today's video. Maybe in the future I'll mess around with it. But until then, it's like just run the Ryuma because I can tap down a 4 or less and KO it with Ryuma. So remember, guys, you can tap down a 4 or less with Perona. Read what her effect does real quick. Excuse me. Or if they swing with a 5 or less, like they actually attack with a 5 or less character and now it's tapped, okay, well, -1 to the power of it, and then I can still pop it with Ryuma. You know what I mean? Or -1 to the cost of it, excuse me, and then I can pop it with Ryuma. So very, very powerful there. And you could also combo with things like Perona potentially. There's some potential there. I'm not saying it's like practical, but there are some things to do there. And who knows, maybe in the future, comboing it with something like Captain John. Because, guys, if you pay 1, you can bring back a Captain John, trash the top 2 cards from your deck, and give up one of your opponent's characters -1 cost during this turn. So if you were to somehow combo Captain John with Perona on a rested character, you could pop a 6 or less. Or you could use Captain John to reduce a 5 cost down to a 4, tap it down with Perona, pop it with Ryuma. So there are some combos there I have not messed with yet, but there might be something there. I think it'd be very interesting. Now, real quick, let's talk about this card. I don't think it's working properly on the sim yet, unfortunately, and I'm not complaining. Those guys at the sim, Batsu and his crew, they do incredible. I have nothing but good things to say about how this has turned out. The sim is such a helpful tool. It's such an important tool for the community. But this card, unfortunately, I don't know if I was either using it incorrectly or what, but I could not get it to work when I tested it. Because I think I do test it in one of these games you'll see, and it just didn't work. If that's the game, if it's one of the games I'm thinking of. But guys, otherwise, yes, we absolutely want this card. It's a 4-cost 5K, no counter. Gecko Moria Thriller Bark Pirates type. On play up to 1 character card with the Thriller Bark Pirates trait and cost 2 or less from your trash rested. That's perfect. That's literally everything we want in a deck like this, right? We'll bring back a Perona to draw, to do a top 5 search and do some cycling in that way. It's just such a good card. But like I said, guys, at the time of me recording this, they may have even fixed it since I recorded the games. Especially depending on when you're listening to this video. At the time of me recording the games for this video, it was not working properly. So we'll have to see what happens in the future. Okay, that's it, guys. That's the whole list. In the place of it, I am running this OP07 Gecko Moria. He's a 4-cost 5K, 1K counter. Activate main, place 4 cards from your trash with a Thriller Bark Pirates type on the bottom of your deck, and then this character gains Banish and plus 1,000 power during this turn. He's literally just a placeholder in the deck for something like Gecko Moria, the 4-cost 5K. They're both Gecko Moria, but you know what I mean. Okay, now let's actually get into some games. I got 3 games ready for us on the sim. Y'all give me just a second to get this thing full screen so we can get going right away here. First game up is against Enel. That's a pretty serious matchup, right, guys? Like, that's a pretty serious matchup. Okay, so volume is off, speed is on 2x, and we're good to go, guys. All right, here we go. So check out this hand. I'm not a huge fan of this. I really want Inupe. I might have already mulliganed this one. So with this, with this setup, with this kind of deck, going for... Number one, it's good to have lots of these little 2-cost cards, so we almost always have a turn 2 play. Turn 1 or turn 2 play, depending if we go first or second. But you really want to get your Sindris, your Peronas, or your Inupes. That's 12 targets, and I missed it. So, hey, it happens. Hey, there's a Perona right there. We will take that. The Perona is very important because it does allow you to start filling up your trash. So here we go. I think I'm going to play that out right here. Do a top 5 search to draw a card from the top 5. Put the rest on the bottom of my deck in any order, and then I have to trash a card. Okay? So I grabbed a Nupe because I already have a Ryuma in hand, and now I'm going to go ahead and throw the rest, or throw the Kumasi into the trash. I don't really need that. I'll swing for 6 real quick, and then I'm going to play out my Inupe. Draw 2, trash 2. I already have a hog back. I don't need Kumasi right now. I can bring that back later in the game. Okay, and now it's my opponent's turn. And look at this, guys. It's turn 2 for me, and I've got a lot of characters on the board. Okay, so he just whoopsie-daisied. Okay, did y'all see that, guys? He just did the old whoopsie-daisy. He KO'd my Jigaro of the Wind first which on KO, he will give your leader plus 1,000 power until the end of the turn. Or for the turn, however you want to say that. And he only had he only had a 5,000 power leader. So he could not swing into me. Hey, we will take those the little bit of help where we can get it. And playing out new decks like this, guys, it's not even the opponent's fault. He pretty much just didn't have any idea, right? Okay, I think I might play out the ores here. Yeah, I think I'm going to swing for 5, play out ores, and then crack the Inupe to draw 2, trash 2, and fix my hand a little bit more here. Okay, so that goes through. Let's see if he has any triggers. Just waiting on my opponent here, guys. While we're waiting on him, I am going to at least check to make sure the speed is on 2x. It is. Okay, we're good to go. Okay, no trigger. Swing for 5 more. Let's see what he wants to do. I'd be surprised if he didn't want to counter out of that, because and don't get me wrong, I know that Enel wants to go down in life, but it's like, hey, it's still pretty early. Okay, so right here we're going to use ores, or maybe I don't, excuse me. I don't use ores here because I probably want him to attack into my Inupe. I think that might have been my logic on that. But looking back, I'd rather just KO it. You know, KO it, draw 2, trash 2, fix my hand a little bit, and go from there. Because it would be very smart for me. So pause. This version of the deck does require a pretty good amount of skill because... And like, you know, like thinking ahead, right? Playing ahead. Because if I had used the Inupe, right? If I had KO'd the Inupe with ores, I could actually trash my Ryuma for the next turn. Because if he swings with Gadatsu, he's sideways. I can do -1 to his cost with my leader. And then go Gecko Moria, bringing back the Ryuma and whatever 2-cost character, the Inupe, you know. And then do some drawing from there. But I don't think I choose to do it in that way, unfortunately. Because I am still getting used to this list, guys. It's a pretty spicy, interesting list. I do recommend you guys give it a try sometime. I think it has potential, but the list I showed you today, guys, it's not finished. It's just a rough draft. Okay, so swing, what is that, 6 into 3? Absolutely. Okay, so I think right here, trash the Hogback, trash the Inupe. I'm keeping 2K counters in my hand if I can, and the blocker. Okay, we'll use the 2K counter here. He has 1 Dawn active. What's he going to do? And again... If I had used a little more, what's it called? Not Conqueror's Hockey, Observation Hockey, I would have done that differently. So I had to do -1 to the cost of the Gadatsu and pop it in that way. When it's like, man, what I could have done there, what would have been so much better. Okay, see, right now I'm just like confusing myself. Like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I'll swing for 7 here, then I'll swing for 7, and then I'll play out the Cerberus. But see, right there... Because I didn't do things correctly the turn prior, it just kind of compounded the issue. So he just did like an L Thor there or something in a 2K. I didn't see what happened. Some kind of 1K, 2K, I think. He gets another Shirahoshi. Seems good. Because last turn I think he hard played. He like hard cast a Shirahoshi, and right there he actually drew one from the top. Okay, so right here we're going to go ahead and play out the Cerberus and pass turn. It's nice just having these little cheap blockers. And okay, what happens if he KOs it? No big deal. I'll bring it back with Gecko Moria if I need to, if I have to. Okay, let's see what they're going to do. They have a lot of cards in hand right now, guys. They have a lot of cards. They should have a lot of options, and they're on their 9 Dawn turn. So Yamato, yeah, Yamato makes the most sense here, but not popping the Ryuma seems a little silly to me. I think I might take this because my hand count is so low. Yep. And we get a Sindri. Okay. And now I think it's time to actually bust out the Gecko Moria in this situation. I really need the stage. Like, not having the stage here is actually just, like, hurting me so bad. It's hurting me so bad right here. Okay, I swing for 5. He takes that one. Very interesting. Play out the Gecko Moria. I think what I'm going to do is play out a blocker here. No, the Inupe, excuse me. It looks like I'm going to go Inupe. No, look, I'm changing my mind left and right here. Looking back, I like the Perona tapped to make them trash a card from hand and then playing out the blocker and then just, smashing in, with my stuff here, with my, smash in with the Ryuma. And then if he counters out, don't attack with ores. Okay, let's see if I do that or not. I don't know if I'm actually going to do that, but here we go. So swing in for 6. He does a 2K counter, and now I think I should just pass turn. I don't remember what I do. I think I recorded these games a day or 2 ago, but I think I should just pass it. Yeah, and that's what I do. I think that is the correct play. If he had not countered out, then I would have KO'd one of my characters. I don't think it matters who, maybe even my Cerberus, just to swing in for 7 and play out the new Cerberus. And that's what I want to say. So I should have played out a Nupe. I'm going to say that right now. Like the past turn, I should have left, what's her name, Perona standed, you know, keep the Perona active, and played out a rested in Nupe, draw 2, trash 2. Then I could have used the ores in that way to you know, to nullify his effect, where I could attack in and draw 2 and trash 2 more. But we did not do that. That's okay. You know, I am still learning the deck, like I said. Okay, swinging in for 9. He can only swing in for 5 more and 10 more. Nice. There's the stage. A little late, right? A little late. Okay, so right here, I think I'm just gonna give him a 1K. Yeah, give him the hog back. 6 into. He goes 10 into 6 there. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, but what do we do here? We're actually in a very tough situation, right? We're in a very tough situation. So right here, I think I'm going to go for 7. He'll probably let this one go through. Let's see what he gets. Okay, just waiting for the trigger to resolve. Oh, it's a beige. Very nice. You know, you love to see it. Good old-fashioned beige. Hey, it happens, guys. It does happen. It absolutely does happen. Let's see what we do here. Looks like I'm probably gonna poke with the Perona first, the 4 cost. Actually, it looks like I might be going all in here, guys. We're gonna swing for 7. Hey, last time I went through, let's see if it does again. Let's see if they get another trigger. Triggers, guys, they'll get you. And they go ahead and pass there. I don't know what they did. I don't know what happened there. Either they messed up a trigger or what, but it looks like they don't have enough to survive what's next anyway, right? Like, let me see something. Hang on. Well, no, see, that was just their first life that they lost. So maybe they misclicked. So yeah, this should have been like, okay, trash a card from hand and then gain a life. But watch this, guys. They just surrender. So, and I wonder if it was the 200 million volts of Maru. I don't know. I am not exactly sure, to be honest. Or wait. When did the no, the beige was what got the other one. Okay, never mind. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of confusing everybody. Just know this. I think they messed up. But they should have been able to gain 1 more life right there. And if it was it was probably the Gadatsu is what they drew. But right here, I have to go all in, right? Because I can't survive next turn when they have those 2 huge targets. So I'm going to swing for 9 and then 10. Or let me see. let me actually do the math. It was going to be 3, 7. So I have 12 plus 7 is 19. So I would have to swing for 9 and then 10. Yeah, so I'd have to swing for 9 and 10, and they didn't have it. So I guess they just gave up. But here's the funny part: if they had trashed that last life, look what the top card of their deck was. It would have been a 200 million volts of Maru to get that second interaction. Crazy, guys. That kind of stuff is just wild. Okay, we got 2 more games. Next game, we've got a game versus Gecko Moria. And remember, guys, this is OP09. Okay. All right, so I actually got the stage to start here, and we are going to try to use that for its full value this game. I go ahead and play out the Perona, snag. I think that was I didn't see what I wasn't paying attention. I think I got a Ryuma or an Anupe. Well, wait. Oh, this is the game where I trashed the stage on accident. Okay, how funny is that, guys? Hang on, let me go back and explain what happened there. I remember this game. So I grabbed the Perona, right? And I forgot to trash a card from hand. The card I grabbed the, hang on, what did I grab? I just messed it up again, guys. Hang on. Guys, like I said, it's been a long day. I grabbed the Ryuma. So I grabbed the Ryuma, shipped those cards back, and then I was going to play out the stage for the turn, and I accidentally trashed the stage because I forgot about the second part of the Perona's effect. That was strictly a blunder. The card I wanted to trash was actually the Anupe, which was going to be perfect on the next turn with the stage to start, you know, for 1 cost, drawing 2, trashing 2 every single turn and establishing a body. That was strictly a play mistake, okay? All right, here we go. Let's keep going. Swing for 6. It was really more of a misclick than anything because I knew what play I wanted to do there. I just accidentally misclicked. Okay, so we tap down the Perona. We're going to swing for 5 into face here, and then we're just going to pop the Perona with my Ryuma. Hey, if he wants to keep bringing that Perona back, I'm all about it, guys. If he wants to keep, you know, doing that Perona play, I'm going to tap it down every time and just, like, go at it or go at face. Okay, going to swing for 6 here. They're not using the leader effect, so they're going to pay 4 and pop. Oh, they use a Shigan Finger Pistol. I've been seeing that Shigan Finger Pistol everywhere lately, guys. Okay, draw 2, trash 2. We're going to get rid of the Ors and Akumasi. going to swing for 5, and I think I'm going to play out the ores. That is where, like, tempo and timing is so important, guys. Because I missed my turn 1 Thriller Bark play with the stage play, I can't even play it right now. It would just set me too far behind for what I'm trying to do. All right, he's going to swing for 7. He's going to throw out the Hogback. Did not have an Absalom in his trash yet to pop my ores. He's just trying to play a Hina for tempo to get some bodies on the board. Guys, he's in trouble now. Like, this is a lot of trouble here. We're going to rest down the Anupe, or excuse me, rest down the Hogback. Going to trash the Anupe, I think. Swing 5 in the face. And then I think we're going to use ores to KO the Anupe. And then we're going to bring back a Ryuma and another Anupe to fix our hand even more. Look at this, guys. I'm just throwing those away now. I trashed the Thriller Bark stage and the 4-cost Gecko. Play out the Ryuma. Play out the Anupe. More cycling. We'll pop this guy first. Draw 2, trash 2. And again, it's like because I missed that timing with the stage, it's so frustrating, guys. It really is. But look at my board. Guys. My board is actually not bad right now. What is he going to play back with his Gecko Moria? Like, because he's on 9 Dawn. So maybe he has an Ice Age, and then he's going to be able to bring back an Absalom and something else to pop one of my characters and draw some cards. Well, I still have 4 characters. 5. I'll have 4 characters on the board if he does that still. Excuse me. And attacking into my face seemed crazy there instead of, I mean, at least attack into a Nupe or something. Get something off my board. Well, I mean, here we go, guys. I think it's time to rinse and repeat, right? So we'll swing 5 this time to start the turn off. Then we'll pop it with ores. Then we'll play out another Gecko Moria and just rinse and repeat. Whew, man, this is... Guys, ores in this deck is actually very strong. So I trash all that. We're going to swing for 7. We're going to play out another Gecko Moria. Now we can actually play out... I don't have any Cerberus in my trash. So what I was going to do here was play out the not the Hogback. I was going to play out the Perona and then a Cerberus, but I don't have one. I don't have a Cerberus in my trash. Okay, so we go ahead and play out the Hogback to get some 2K counter stuff back. Or I don't know what I just got back, the stage or something. I have no idea, to be honest. I do at least have 2 2K counters in my hand, so that's good. Okay, and my opponent is staring at a board here, and I'm gonna aggressively counter out. You're gonna have to do something crazy here, man. Swing 6 into 6. Sure, you can have that one. And let's see what he has. He has 9 Dawn left. Is he gonna do another Stussy? Okay, he plays out Sabo to draw 2, trash 2. He's trying to fix his hand and maybe get another blocker. Plays out a Kuzan. Okay, we're just going straight to face here. I don't see how he's supposed to survive here. That's kind of where we're at. So now it's like, okay, let's play this card out. Play out the Thriller Bark. We'll bring back a Perona. Then we're going to end up KOing it with the ores to swing for 9 more. Or maybe I go with the I'm trying to get a blocker. That was what I was trying to do here. Okay, so now we'll just go ahead and KO that guy to draw 2, trash 2 more. And now I can swing for 7, but I think I should swing for 9. Yeah, swing for 9 because that went through last time. Let's see if he has it. If he's able to counter out, I think I just go 8 and swing 8. Yep, so then pause. So he did not have enough. Whoa, that went too fast for me. Right here. Yeah, pause. Let me hit play. And let's see what he had in his hand right here. Okay, yeah, his hand, he had a 2K and 1K left. That's all he had left. So if he had somehow countered out of that first attack with, or excuse me, so he took the 9 from Gecko Moria, right, which I think was the right call. Then if he countered out of my 9K attack with ores, I was just going to swing 8. That was kind of my only chance at this point in the game. But notice how wide this board can get, guys, very consistently. And if you're thinking like, yeah, but once they get rid of your Gecko Moria, then it's going to be downhill from there. It's like, no, I'll just keep getting them back with cards like, what's his name, Dr. Hogback. It just becomes kind of like an infinite loop, an infinite cycle. But we'll have to see. I mean, I'm not saying the deck's like unbeatable, but there is some consistency. There is some strength to it. Okay, last game we got against BLaffy. We got against 3D2Y, or yeah, I think that's what it is. ST14 Black Luffy. Starting off with a Perona. Of course, when I get the perfect start again, I'm not able to Thriller Bark on curve because I had it, you know, in the other order. So we're gonna, or excuse me, because we went first. I can only do one at a time. Go ahead and play out Kumasi here. Play out the stage. Pass turn. This is the ideal start you want, where it's like I got my Searcher down to fix my hand a little bit. I've got a Ryuma in hand. That's excellent. I've got a 2K counter. He's going to swing for 5. We'll take that. And that, yeah, that Kuzan, he does not belong here, guys. He is not going to last for long, is he? So we will go ahead and tap down the Kuzan. We'll swing 6 into the Kuzan. He has to counter out here. Okay, let me explain something how crazy that situation was we were just in right there for my opponent. He had to counter out even if he knew I had a Ryoma coming. If he does not counter out and just lets it go, okay, then I develop an Ors or I hit his hand with Perona. So, I mean, it's one of those, like, pick your poison. I think he chose the correct one, countering out, forcing me to have the Ryoma, forcing me to have the answer. Because if I didn't have the Ryoma, then what? You know what I mean? Then I could, you know, do other things as well still. Okay. Or I wouldn't have as many options. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so I'm swing for 7 into 5. We're going to go ahead and take that. We're down to 2 life. And again, I need Cerberus. That's a big part of the puzzle for this deck. Okay, play out the Anupe. Let's try and get some cards in the trash that can actually help us. And now, guys, I actually can't tap down the Kuzan because he is a 5-cost character now. Okay, we're going to play out the Ors, draw 2, trash 2. I'm just desperately searching for a blocker, the Cerberus. Okay, now it's so got to swing for 5, swing for 6. I did all that kind of out of order, but like I said, guys, I'm trying to learn how this deck works. I'm not doing the best job with it just yet. We're getting there. We are getting there. So let's see what he decides to do here. I've got a massive board advantage on him. Yes, some of these characters are kind of smaller, but at the same time, that Kumasi is a sleeper, right? That's a very deceptive card. Okay, Ice Age on Ors, going to drop down the Brook, -1 cost to the Perona, popping the Brook, or popping the Ors. Swinging 5 at face. I need a 2K counter out of this. I'm getting too low. Pops that card. Again, I have to, I need to counter out of this. I'm only at 2 life. Okay, now we can have a little bit of fun. We're going to swing 5 into this Kuzan, and let's see if he decides to save it. He does. Okay, so we've got a few options here. I'm going to keep attacking his hand here. He's got 1 card in hand. The Kuzan finally goes. Now we're going to rest down the Brook, right? He's the 4-cost character. Okay, let's see what happens here. It looks like I'm thinking about swinging 4 into the Brook because I still have 8K. Yep, so that was fine. So now, or 8 Dawn afterwards. So right here, we got to do some stuff, right? We definitely need to get some answers here. So I bust out a Sindri to fill up my trash. And then I play out the 7 cost. And look at that. Oh, 3. From those top 5 cards, I got 3 Cerberus from that Sindri. Oh, man. Sometimes, I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know if it's the computer or what, like with the randomizer. But that was worst case scenario, right? So, okay. Well, I mean, actually, it's not worst case scenario. It's good that I finally got the cards. But it's like, man, look, what did it take to get there? Because I think if I could have started playing out Cerberus, I think this game would not have even been as close. Okay, swinging for 5. I was pretty relieved about that. We'll give him a 2K counter there. No problem. No hesitation. Okay, he plays out Kaido to pop my, what's his name? Gecko Moria. I have to trash a card, unfortunately. And then he swings in for 5, and I have to take it. I don't have an option. Okay, now what do? We'll swing 5 into that. Now, right here, I'm going to have to get an Anupe because I have to get a... I have to get that card right there. I literally have to get that blocker Cerberus down. It's my only chance, and I have to hope. I have to hope and pray that he does not draw any KO. It's better than nothing, right? It's better than nothing at all. So we'll get rid of the cards with no counters. We'll swing for 7, get him down to 3 life here, and then I think I swing for 7 more, or whatever this is, 9 or 8 or something. Yeah, 9K more with the Sindri. This will go through because he only has two cards in hand. Play out Cerberus. And now it literally comes down to like, hey, do you have removal and cost reduction if needed or not? And that's what this whole entire game is going to hinge on right here. The whole game is hinging on that. Okay, let's see what he's got. I'm nervous at this point, right? If he's got a T-Bone, if he's got a... I mean, what else? Kid and Killer, or not Kid and Killer, Brook will not do it, right? Brook will not be able to pop my Cerberus. He needs a T-Bone... Kaido won't do it either. If he has a 9-cost Kaido in hand, I'm going to be able to block out of that, right? I'm going to be able to counter out. Okay, he has cost reduction and plays out the Jack, popping that. Okay, how strange, guys, how odd and peculiar was that play? All he had to do was get my Cerberus out of the way, and then he automatically wins this game, right? He just automatically wins. Okay, so that was just a misplay on my opponent's part. We're going to rewind and talk about that in just a second. Okay, well, I have no choice. I have to go for game here. So I'm gonna load up where I think it's like 7 on here. Let me see. +5, that'll put him at 7. Okay, so 7 into 6, I'm basically saying, hey, I hope you don't have a 2K counter, and now I'm going to have to go 8 and 8. We're just hoping for the best in this situation, right, guys? It's our only chance. And sometimes that's, it gets you there. He was 1K off if he had not wasted that Suru. I don't understand the logic in that play right there, where he plays out the Suru. What did he even KO? The ores. Okay, so let me explain how this game just ends. If you're if you're playing the SC14 BLaffy here, and you have Jack in hand, all you have to do, it's very simple. He could even still win in this situation right here before KOing the ores. All he has to do is, sure, play out the Jack, okay? Play out the Jack if you want to do it in that order. Pop the Jack, or excuse me, pop the Cerberus with Jack, swing 7 at my life. It'll actually be 8 because he has 8 cost characters or more on the field. Swing 8 into my life. I have 1 card in hand. I can't counter out of it. It's impossible. And then I get 1 card left and come in for 9 with Kaido, and you win. So guys, make sure, for all the newer players out there who might be listening, make sure you're doing the math. Make sure you're trying to get around what you need to win games. And make sure, always see, if you can calculate lethal. Always see if lethal is available on the board. Because in this situation, this Suru doesn't mean anything. And in fact, if he had not played out the Suru, he could have just put that card back in his hand and probably could have won through that. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know. Because then I would have still had the ores. But y'all get the point. Don't play out the Suru. You do have to play out the Jack. And then you go, okay, pop your Cerberus, right? Pop the Cerberus with Jack, and then you can swing for 9 at face with Kaido, and then load up the remaining 3 Dawn to swing 9 at face with the leader. Hey, it happens. Play mistakes, win games, and lose games, right? Okay, that was a lot of fun, though. So, guys, y'all tell me what y'all think about this deck list. Again, don't worry, I'm not changing the way I normally do videos. I just had to do it for today's video because I was trying to rush it out in time. But tell me what you guys think about this video. And especially about this deck in OP09 with this new card. And again, like I said, I wish this card was working. It just wasn't working on the sim, because I think this card takes the deck to an even another level, right? To a further, even more of a, an even higher level. Because guys, think about what you're doing. You have 12 turn 1 plays. You can either go Thriller Bark, Sindri, Perona, and then Anupe. That's the other one. It's technically not turn 1 if you're going first, but if you're going second, you're 12. So really 16 turn 1 plays, potential turn 1 plays, and that's Thriller Bark, Sindri, Perona, and Anupe. After that, you start filling up your trash, and you start getting this crazy value. And as long as you keep the trash going with cards like your Thriller Bark stage, you just keep filling the trash out, man. I can't really explain it. It just seems very strong. It's something I will be monitoring and checking out and trying to make work, more and more into the future. There are some other options here. Like this card's probably not the worst card in this deck. On play, trash the top 3 of your deck. This could be another, honestly, maybe this is even better than Anupe for what we're trying to do with this deck. They're both 2 cost 3Ks. That doesn't matter. And they both have 1K counters and Thriller Bark searchable. But maybe we just want as many cards as possible in our trash. So in other words, maybe this card is just better than Anupe in this deck list. Or maybe we replace a card like Jigoro of the Wind with Tararin. Again, you guys tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. All right, I'm done, guys. I got to end this video. It's been one of those days. Like I said, I don't mean to keep saying that. I know I sound like a broken record, but we got to end it. Okay, thank you guys for bearing with me on a day like this where it's been rough. Big shout out to everybody who supports the channel. Thank you guys for watching, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing, whatever you're doing. Okay, if you're helping out the channel, I really appreciate you. Just spreading the word helps too, locally. And then if you're on here, all the VV Pirates playmat supporters, hope you guys got your mats and you're enjoying those. And of course, the last but not least, okay, we got the patrons page, got another name on there. Big shout out to Seth. He joined the patrons. And guys, just thank y'all so much for helping me out in the ways y'all do. It means the world to me. I really do appreciate it. You're keeping the dream going. The channel just keeps on growing. And I really am nothing but grateful, nothing but thankful for it. All right. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please do not forget to like, subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace.